Death Battle as an idea is just fucking brilliant. Just take two fictional characters, make them beat the fucking shit out of each other. I've personally loved the series ever since I watched my first episode of Wyvern vs. Eggman, and I've even thought of several that I personally want to see. And when I figured out other people do this, well, yeah, here we are. So, you know how this whole shebang works, so let's get into shit show, shall we? Yes. Now, when most people think of Persona 5 and Death Battle, usually what comes to mind is Joker vs. Giorno Giovanni, for good reason. Meanwhile, what I think of is Morgana versus Puss in Boots. No, I am not fucking with you. The similarities between these two are kinda clear. Both are talking cats, obviously. Both have similar arsenals to an extent. Both have pretty similar personalities, you know, being overconfident, full of themselves, that kind of stuff. And both are huge fucking Sims. This would be one of the funniest fights. I mean, seriously, both franchises are just packed full of memes. If they somehow work in, like, I don't know, the Trexophone or the "you look tired, go to sleep" meme, I would be so happy. Anyway, as for who I think would win, well, how do I put this? I know. One has a sword and boots, meanwhile the other has a sword, a slingshot, can turn into a fucking car for some reason, and general bullshit magic. Persona doesn't make sense, and I love it for that. Nine! There were actually two Mortal Kombat vs. Killer Instinct fights that I thought for this list. The first one being TJ Combo vs. Jax. But then I remembered, oh yeah, TJ's already been part of one of the best death battles they ever made, so yeah, he's kind of off the table. My next best choice would have to be Shao Kahn versus Idol, which is a dumb fucking name. This has the capability to be one of the coolest death battle fights ever. Starting off with similarities, it's pretty obvious. Both are pretty much warlords with blunt weapons, and both use magic. I mean, I'm sorry if I lose my words for this. I'm doing basically this entire video unscripted, but still, this could be awesome. I mean, we have one guy who's known for being the baddest motherfucker in his franchise, and we have another guy who beat the shit out of a god and can summon mirrors, for God's sakes. Also, he has two heads, or his head was split in two. The 2016 reboot was weird. Hell, I can even imagine the perfect opening for this fight. Shao Kahn walks out of a portal. "Serve me, dull creature, and I may spare your life. I serve no one." Then die. This is hands down one of the coolest ideas for a Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat fight, so I really do hope they do it in the future. It just has the potential to be perfect. 8. Just 8. I couldn't think of anything clever for this number transition, so just 8. One character that I really want them to bring back to Death Battle is Doomguy. But please, for the love of God, not in a rematch battle like they did with Mario vs. Sonic, because, well, Deadpool says it best, so who should he fight? Spawn. There's a damn good reason this is a popular request. Both these characters are pretty much known for the two things they have in common the most. killing demons and doing it in the most violent and awesome way possible. Both these two have such destructive arsenals that can make for one of the most fun death battles ever. I mean, seriously, guns, chains, magic, and the demonic lightsaber they gave Doomguy and Doom Eternal. What would really be cool if they had a scene where they're killing demons while they're fighting each other, like Frank versus Leon or something. But hands down, one of the biggest reasons I want this is because it could lead to getting one of the best damn backing tracks for a death battle ever. Like, seriously, it could be, with how much rock these two characters have, it could lead to something that tops Emerald Heroes, Wings of Iron, and, okay, nothing's topping Mighty, but still, it'd be pretty fucking cool. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. This would just be a really fun death battle to have.
7. 11? Fuck, now I want a slushie.
While there is a lot of people that complain Death Battle does do too many Marvel vs. DC fights, one that everyone wants is Scarecrow versus Mysterio. There is a damn good reason this is a really popular matchup. I mean, just to get the obvious shit out of the way, they could do pretty much anything with this fight. Nothing is off the table given these two characters' power sets. I mean, thinking off the top of my head, they could do a pixel fight. They could do a 3D fight. They could do hand-drawn. Hell, they could even do fucking stop motion if they were crazy enough. They could do all. They could do none. The possibilities with this are endless. Also, given how Brandon Yates has done spoopy tracks before, it could be a damn good track. So, yeah, this just has the possibility to be one of the coolest damn fights ever. And, hell, nobody would know who wins because these characters just have so much to work with. Really, the only thing I could see being weird about this fight is how they're, actually fucking fighting in the death. But besides that, yeah, this is just fucking perfect.
6. Oh, God!
People have wanted a Halloween special for Death Battle for years now, and we've come pretty close at least twice now to getting said Halloween special. Now, there's one fight that everyone wants that would be perfect for this. Jason Voorhees versus Michael motherfucking Myers. This is a really popular matchup, and it's a really popular matchup for a good reason. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, respectively, are just the kings of 80s horror flicks, and I love them. I love them both. I'll even win. And not to mention, given how they've pretty much nailed live-action fights in the past, it would be a fucking crime if they didn't make this one a live-action fight. And also, Screw Attack, I'm mostly asking this for myself, but if you ever do intend on doing this fight, please, just put Jason X in it. I really want Jason X. I know it's a dumb request, but please, it would just make this perfect. And besides that, yeah, I've got nothing else. This would just be a really fun fight.
5 death battles!
I don't get why I've made this a fucking 12 Days of Christmas reference. There's not 12 death battles on this list, and death battles nothing to do with Christmas. What the fuck? It's been a while since we've had a giant robot fight. It's also been a while since the Power Rangers died. Solution? Turbo Megazord versus Megazord. Death Battle has always been fucking great when it came to its giant robot fights. From pretty much all the Megazord fights, that's really the only time they've had giant robot. Oh, and Optimus Prime versus Gundam. They've been great. I'm honestly not sure who would win. I'm not too familiar with Turbo, but from what I've seen, it's probably going to be Megazord if they ever do this fight, because, I mean, seriously, he can summon lightning with his fucking sword and devastation. That's awesome. Also, I want this fight mostly because we just need so many more Transformers fights. I mean, seriously, there's only been 2, and one had Starscream 4. We don't talk about that one. Anyway, yeah, I just think this would be a fun fight that would lead to... It's just a giant robot fight. Who doesn't love giant robot fights in Death Battle? Nobody. Nobody doesn't love that. Alright, I got none. Next entry.
Another number I can't think of a joke of. But
Time for the battle of over-violent Nintendo characters. Jack Kamen versus Travis Touchdown. I meant the real Travis Touchdown. Perfection. While the similarities on them while the similarities are a bit more bare bones for this match, you still can't deny it would be a hell of a fun fight. Now, I see most people talk about Travis versus Scott Pilgrim, but I don't know jack shit about Scott Pilgrim, so I'm going with this one instead. Purely because I want to see the chainsaw dude fight the weeb. Shut up. Not to mention just the fact that it could make for, once again, a really good backing track. And on top of that, and the fact that it would just be a fun fight to watch, both of these franchises just deserve to be more recognized. I want Mad World 2, Sega. Gimme. I got nothing besides that. Just fun idea for a fight, and I want Mad World 2.
3.
It's funny because there are 3 people killing each other. Anyway, Twisted Metal as a franchise has had plenty of reboots. Some are good, and some are kill me. So, why not have one of its most iconic characters and one of its most changing characters have a battle royale with his alternate selves? Mr. Goddamn Grimm. Going over which versions of Grimm they should use if they do this fight, I think it would go something as follows. The original Grimm from Twisted Metal 1, 2, and Head On, 3 and 4 aren't canon. The Grimm from Twisted Metal Black, because he's the only one that stands a chance, and Grimm from 2012. Now, for as which Grimm I think would win, well, Arsenal really doesn't factor into this shit, so I'll put it this way. One took down a helicopter, one took down a building on tank treads, and one took down a giant robot that spat missiles like a Pez dispenser of doom. Why has no one come up with a Pez dispenser of doom? That'd be fucking funny. Anyway, given how they handled the last Twisted Metal fight, Sweet Tooth versus Joker, this has the potential to be just a really cool fucking fight. I don't know how many times I have to say this. All of these would be really fucking cool. And, is there anything else? Oh yeah, Brandon Yates, just you remember how you made, Rhyme to Hell? Yeah, just make that again for this fight.
2. Seriously, I couldn't think of a joke for 3 out of the 10 numbers on this thing.
This is a fight that I have wanted for years. And now that I have a proper editing software, I can bitch at Death Battle to make it happen. So, Yang versus Blackburn, make it happen, Death Battle! This fight has the potential to just be it all, given the characters in question have a tendency to both be humorous and absolute fucking badasses at the same time. Not to mention, just, I fucking love the Blackburn. He is my favorite character in Anarchy Reigns. Anyway, personal biases aside, Yang will probably win. And, I'm just gonna go down the checklist of how to make this fight work perfectly. 1. 3D fight.
don't think there are even any perfect sprites for either of these characters. Okay, maybe I. Second, Cassie Williams, or Casey Williams, how the fuck you say her name? Dude, the soundtrack for this fight. I mean, seriously, you even have an excuse to have rap in it, considering I have the Blackburn theme song playing in the fucking background right now. And, yeah, this would just be the perfect fight. One. Holy fuck, this video took days to make.
In the episode Deadpool vs. The Mask, at the end, when Mask won, he posed one simple question. Who's next? Like the end of a fucking Mortal Kombat trailer or something. And a lot of people have talked about who they want to be next. Most people say some variation of, oh, Freakazoid or Bugs Bunny. I don't think like most people. You should know this by now. No. What I think would be the perfect rematch for the Mask, as well as my personally most wanted death battle, is the Mask versus Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Now, the reason I personally think Beetlejuice is the best matchup for a Mask sequel is because he has the 3 eyes necessary for fighting said Mask. Insanity, ingenuity, and I don't have a third eye, I just really want to watch them fight. Anyways, this could be another one of the most creative death battles they can come up with, given the character's shape-shifting tendencies, and it could also be a really damn funny battle because both these characters are fourth-wall breaking assholes. But best of all, it could also be another Halloween special. Like, seriously, if they ever do this fight, it's just gonna be hanging over and whacking them over the head with a pool noodle saying, Halloween special! Halloween special! Halloween special! I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm going insane. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I've got nothing else to say. I've been rambling for way too long in most of these entries, so yeah. Number 1 is Beetlejuice versus The Mask. I'm never making a countdown again.